Alrighty guys, welcome back. Today, finally gonna put the carb on the 360. So it's the next day, got a carb rebuild kit from work, and it's ready to go together now. Made a few marks on here because I could not get this, whatever you call it, where the needle sits in out. This one came out perfectly fine with a screwdriver. This one did not. It took lots of vice grip and cutting it with a die grinder to make a slot. It was tight, so I'm hoping that the threads aren't screwed and the new ones will go in. So I still got a couple things to do in the intake here. I gotta mount the throttle pedal cable bracket and the kick down bracket. And I still need to find a place to mount my coil, but I also just really want to hear this thing run. So let's get this thing on there. Have to tighten my fuel fitting, but there she is. Looks pretty good. Way better than that piece of junk that we took off. Alrighty, so I've been working on everything, getting it hooked up. Getting pretty close to firing it here. Got the stock fuel line coming out here, but I just cut it off because it had a flare fitting on it before. Now it's just a barb fitting, so that's all good. Put a vacuum line to the booster on the front of the carb because otherwise I'd just plug it off. I got some throttle springs hooked up, got the whole throttle cable bracket hooked up. Not sure how this is gonna work. Gonna have to try and figure something out because it's a little too short, but it'll still run. And then the kick down linkage can hopefully just go on there. And still gotta find a place to put the coil, but we're coming along and it looks awesome. Alrighty, so we got the coil mounted back there to the rear intake bolt. It's about the only best spot I could find. It's pretty solid on there. It's not gonna go nowhere. Got the little capacitor bolted onto the next bolt because it was really hard to get it on the same bolt as that one, but should work. I need a longer vacuum line for the distributor, and then other than that, not too much. I realized that I can adjust the length of the throttle cable, so I should be able to make that work. So we'll be firing it up right away. Alrighty, so as far as I can tell, everything is hooked up. We'll have to crank it for a bit to get fuel into it. That's tight. I think everything's good. I don't have enough vacuum line to run to the distributor, so I just got it plugged off right now with a screwdriver. But let's give it a shot, I guess. Got a battery in it. Let's crank it over. Alrighty, here we go. Gonna have to crank it for a little bit just to get some fuel up into the carb, so. Oh, she started to grab there, so I guess we got fuel. Okay, take two. Wow. It already works better than the other carb, and it's not even tuned. That was so fast. Never had it start this quick before. So she's on the high idle here. Man, what a difference a carb can make, eh? Okay, so just fiddling with it a little bit. I took it off the high idle right away and it died, so I think the idle might need to be turned up a little bit. Okay, I think I got the idle tuned up a little bit. Let's see how it starts now. Better shut it off because there's no coolant in it. But it's promising. So it's awesome. So instead of putting this crappy rad back in here, I don't know if you can see all this green on the rad here. It's leaking. A bunch of pinholes in this brass. So I got a rad from a 85 truck coming because it's bigger, and to buy one of these is $700 at my cost. Be $900 retail from where we get them, and the 1985 rad is $300, and it's just a little bit wider, so I'll just have to drill some new holes over here, drill a couple over here, and it will fit right in. Well, last clip I said that this rad was no good, so I wasn't going to fill it with coolant, and I wouldn't be able to get a rad till next week. It's the weekend right now, and I want to get this thing running, want to tune it up and everything. So I did fill it with coolant. I've been running it a little bit. So you can see, that's why I need a new rad. It's just leaking. But after just starting it for a little bit last night, I just wanted more. So right now we're just working on a throttle cable linkage. Not sure what we're gonna do about the kickdown yet, but for the throttle, I made a little bracket that just extends this and kicks out so it doesn't hit the choke. I got a little bushing in there so I can tighten this down, and this still free floats. And then I just gotta try and bend this a little bit because the cable wants to hit this. So I just want to bend it a little bit. See how that goes. Okay, so got my little throttle linkage there. It's all set up. Should work, so I'm just gonna test it out real quick. Okay, let's see if it works. Looks like it should work just fine. Yeah, let's fire this bad boy up. Right now I don't have the choke hooked up because as soon as you give the choke power, it just wants to kill it. So for now we're just gonna leave it off. I just want to take it for a quick test drive. But other than the choke, it seems like it's running pretty good. Okay, let's go for a first little test drive. Not gonna go too fast or too far because I'm almost out of gas. Alrighty. We're moving. Oh, the throttle is so much better than the stock 2-barrel. Oh man, it's gonna be nice to be able to drive this truck, not have to worry about it dying all the time. Truck's kind of a mess right now, but it's just a quick test drive. Of course, right off the hop, I already forgot, don't have a kickdown set up on it. Everything's working good except for some reason this water neck is leaking. I don't know why. I cannot get them to seal. I don't know. Everything seems to be working good. Got less than a quarter tank, so we can't go too far, but let's just get a little drive in here. a better video, but better head back towards town because we're on E. Working, so I don't want to rev it out too much, but this is just a quick little blip of the throttle in first gear. Ooh, she sounds nasty. Okay, well, I'd call that a pretty successful first little test drive. Just gotta get a few things fine-tuned. Once again, the carb is not tuned yet. Leaking coolant there for some reason, and need a kickdown linkage. But other than that, seems pretty good. I'll do one more rev for you guys. So I'm sitting here editing this video, and once again I realized it did not make an outro. So I guess this is kind of going to be the outro, but it's also just going to be a thanks to you guys, because doing this I realized I'm at 104 subscribers. You guys have got me to over 100 subscribers, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I appreciate every one of you. Please subscribe. I know it's far away, but in the spring, we got some really, really good ideas. We got some stuff going on. Also, along with that, hopefully the 351 build will be underway, because I am starting to recover from my back injury in terms of funds. So hopefully by the spring, summer, we should be able to have that thing running, and not with the turbo kit yet, but running, which would be nice. But anyways, this video has been long enough already. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you're not subscribed yet, please do so. Only like 1% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed, so hit that subscribe button. We got some good stuff coming up. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Alrighty, well, that didn't take long. I'm gonna drain this again, because we've got a rad from a 85 D200 or D250, whatever it is.